Okay, what is your name?
My name is Ankush Sharma.
Ankush, what do you do? Any job or study?
Nowadays I am working a job in a restaurant.
What is your job there?
My job is a delivery the pizza. I am a pizza boy.
Where do you live?
I live in Kadia. There is a little small town.
Okay, I'm going to talk about neighbors. How often do you see your neighbors?
Well, in my daily routine life, I see my neighbors
Why?
because they live in my next door. So that's why.
Do you invite your neighbors to your home?
Yes, frequently I invite my neighbors in my home when I hosted some parties and in other occasions.
Do you think you are a good neighbor?
Yes, I think I am a good neighbor because I am quite helpful person.
Mhm. Has a neighbor ever helped you?
Yes, a couple of months ago I stuck in some problem, so on that time my neighbors helped me.
Okay, my second part is social media. Which social media platform do you use?
Well, mostly I use the WhatsApp application
Why?
because it is a quite famous application and also it is very useful application because it is good for communicate with other kith and kins.
How much time do you spend on social media sites?
Well, I spend 3 to 4 hours in a day
Why?
because it gives me a lot of information.
What kind of information?
Well, in my I'll study in my future.
What kind of information about yourself have you put on social media?
Well, I I have a account. I have an account. Well, I have an account to on social media app. So I uploaded my videos and also my pictures
Why?
because it is good for save memory.
Is there anything you don't like about social media?
Yes, one thing I don't like because like as anyone can anyone can do the fake ID and it is not good for people.
Okay, Ankush, now I'm going to give you a cue card and you will get 1 minute's time to plan for that cue card, and after that I will tell you when to speak.
Okay, sir.
And your cue card is: describe something you liked very much, which you bought for your home. And the points are what you bought, when and where you bought it, why you choose this particular thing, and explain why you liked it so much. Okay, Mr. Ankush, start speaking.
Well, there are a number of things I bought, but today I am going to talk about a particular thing which I bought a couple of months ago. I really remember that me and my family members went to the Amritsar for some personal work, and on that time I went to the Alpha One Mall, and I saw that there are a lot of things are there, but in my home have no oven, so that's why I decide to buy about the oven because I'm keenly interested in cooking, so that's why I bought it. And whenever I so sorry when I come back to my home, so when I come back to my home and I saw that it is quite good and there are lots of features there because I earlier told you I'm keen interested in cooking. So whenever I go to kitchen for something prepared, on that time I face a number of problems. So that's why I bought it, and it is very useful for me whenever I go to kitchen to prepare something. It is very helpful for me, and nowadays it is a very useful thing because baking thing is good than fry. So that's why I bought it, and it is a good thing for me.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Ankush, now I'm going to ask you questions related to part 3. Why do some people buy lots of things for their home?
Because it is a necessity. Because things is very necessary for home, so that's why they purchase it.
Do you think it is very expensive to make a home look nice?
So according to my opinion, it is not necessary to purchase expensive thing.
Why
Be-
not?
because the money is so precious thing nowadays. So I think they save it. They do not misuse.
Why don't some people care about how their home looks?
Because they, first of all, they show their status and also they show their money level. So that's why they.
Hmm. In what ways is living in a flat or apartment better than living in a house?
Well, I am living in a house, so I do not proper information about flat or apartment. So that's why I think living house is better than flat or apartment because it is on and also they have no rent. So
Do you think homes will look different in the future?
yes, due to the advancement of technology, in my perspective, about 20 to 25 years, definitely home looks are very awesome.
Do you agree that the kinds of homes people prefer change as they get older?
Sorry, please.
Do you agree that the kinds of homes people prefer change as they get older? Means people's preferences regarding their homes will change
Yes,
when they will get older.
yes, I think because they get older and their thinking is always their thinking is changed.
Mhm. Okay, do you think people should live in their own houses or in rented houses?
So in my perspective, people live in own houses better than rented houses because no one can interfere and also no tension about rent. So I think own home is better than rented home.
Why do you think some people prefer to live in a rented house?
Because nowadays metropolitan cities places are very quite expensive, so that's why they live in the rented house.
Mhm.
They save money and also
Do you think people nowadays spend a lot of money on decoration and beautification of their homes?
yes, it is true that nowadays most of the people most a large expensive amount of money spent their home for their decoration and renovation. So
Mhm.
I think it is not good because we live there.
Okay. So, Ankush, this is the end of your IELTS speaking test. Thank you.
Thank you.